Yo guys, it's Griff here, back with another video, and today I am doing my early championship predictions. Obviously these are early predictions, so everything can change. I'll bring out my final predictions later on when more of the transfers have been done. So let's get started with Plymouth Argyle. Unfortunately, I think Plymouth will finish in 24th place. I just feel like Plymouth don't have enough to stay up. I do like Plymouth. They've got very good fans, and I rate how they got up to the championship this year, and I know they did better than the other teams I predicted to stay up, but I just don't feel like they've got enough to stay up this season. But I think they will be back next season. I think they'll give it a good fight. I just think they've not got enough this season, but I think they're not gonna go down on really low points. I think they can still put in a good chance of staying up, but you should never know. The next team is Huddersfield Town. Obviously, last season Huddersfield was scraping with relegation all season with my team Reading, and Neil Warnock managed to keep him up, and I really rate Neil Warnock, but I just feel like their luck's going to run out this season. I feel like we've got a few good players, and I know a few of the players personally, like my friend Patrick Jones, who plays for the club, and I feel like they just don't have enough this season to be able to stay up. The next team is Rotherham. I don't mind Rotherham, I just don't feel like they've got enough, because they were the favourites to go down last season, but they did surprise everyone, so respect to them. But this season, I just don't feel like they've got enough, finishing in 22nd, I think, and I don't think they'll be able to keep enough momentum to keep them up. They lost one of their best players, Ogbene, so I think it'll be tough for them this season. The next team just staying up is my friend Shreesh's team, Cardiff City. Yes, I know, Cardiff. I'm not a big fan of Cardiff, but, you know, I think they will stay up. I think they'll struggle, but I think they've got enough to stay up. It won't be easy for them, but then I think they will be able to stay up. They've got a few players that got quality in them, but I just don't feel like they will be able to stay up this season. The next team is Ipswich Town. I like Ipswich. They've got really good fans. Alex Griffin, I really like his videos, and I feel like they've got enough to stay up this season. Yeah, it won't be easy, but I think they've got enough. They've got great fans. They'll have a good following in the championship, and maybe they can push on next season and maybe do even better than I think. The next team is QPR. Last season, QPR fought my team Reading to stay up, and unfortunately they did stay up. And I think they'll stay up again. I think they've got enough good players to stay up. They've got a few high quality players like Lyndon Dykes and players like that, so I think they have got enough players to be able to stay up, and they will stay up, I think. The next team is Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday are a very good side. I feel like obviously they'll do well in the championship with the manager they've got, and they've got some good players, and I feel like they'll be alright this season. Sheffield Wednesday, they'll do okay. The next team is Bristol City. Bristol City, I really do like Bristol City. I really rate the stadium. I love it there. I've not been to Bristol. I was going to go this season if Reading stayed up, but unfortunately Reading didn't stay up. But I think Bristol will have enough to stay up. They've got a few players. Yes, they've lost a few players, but I think they've got enough to stay up this season. The next team is Birmingham City. I have been to the Birmingham City Stadium once. It was a really nice stadium. I really rated the fans there, and I thought they were really good fans, and I really did rate the team there. It's not an easy place to visit, but they know what they're doing there. They sometimes can have money issues, but I think they'll have enough this year to stay up. The next team is a team I've watched many times going to watch Reading away, is Preston. Preston are a good side. I rate it when the fans are next to you, they make a good amount of noise. It used to be a bit of a poor atmosphere, but I think they've, lifted the atmosphere. So, and also it can be a tough place to visit. So I think they'll stay up this season, and they'll do well enough to do okay this season. So Preston will stay up. The next team is Hull City. They have a brilliant following. I feel like Hull will be able to stay up, especially with the away backing they have. I feel like they're good enough to stay up, and I feel like they've got a few players that are really Ozan Kabak and Ozan Tubak or something his name is, and he's a really good player. They've got some really good players, and they have enough to stay up, I think. The next team is Blackburn Rovers. They have some terrible atmosphere at Blackburn. I'm sorry. I really don't rate the atmosphere at Blackburn when I went there last season. I think they're a decent side. I know it's a bit low for them. I just don't feel like they've got enough this year to stay up. I'm sorry, Blackburn fans. Next is my friend's team, Oshan's Swansea City. I've been to a fair few Swansea games myself because my friend is a supporter, and I think Swansea will do alright this season. I think, obviously, the manager leaving, it's not going to be easy for them, but I think they'll do alright this season. It won't be easy, but I think they'll do okay. The next team is Watford FC. I'm not a big fan of Watford. I just don't really feel them. I don't feel like they offer much to the Championship like they didn't to the Premier League. But I think they'll do okay. I'm not sure if they'll be pleased with this. They'll probably have a few new managers in and out. So they might surprise me and do better than this, but I just don't feel like they've got enough to show for this season. The next team is Millwall. Obviously, they've got a good following. I think the fans can be a bit dodgy, as in racist and stuff like that. But obviously, Millwall went for the playoffs last season. They were very close, but I just don't feel like this season they will be able to go for the playoffs again. They'll be close, but just won't be close enough. And I feel like this team isn't good enough to be able to go for the promotion. The next team is Stoke City. I've always rated Stoke. I always feel like they've got a chance to go up, but they've always underachieved when I've said it. So I won't be surprised if they don't do well, but also they could do better than I think. So hopefully Stoke do push on this season, because I don't mind Stoke. I like the stadium, and I feel like they can push on this season. I may surprise a few teams. The next team is West Brom Albion. I feel like they're a good side. I think they'll be close. They'll either be in it or they'll be out of it. It's just one or the other. I don't feel they've got enough to be able to get promotion, but I feel like they'll be close to the playoffs, but I don't know if they'll be able to go up. The next team is Coventry City. I do really like Coventry City. Obviously, I love Finn, the TikTok and YouTuber. He's a really good guy, and I feel like they've got a really good following, Coventry. And obviously, they got to the playoff final last year, so they'll do well again this year. But I just feel like it'll be very contested this year. And I'm going to say it's going to be one of the best championships I've seen in a while. But I just feel like Coventry will just miss out. The next team I'm going for in 6th position is Middlesbrough. I love Middlesbrough. I really do rate their fans. I just feel like they haven't got enough to be able to go into that automatic promotion. Even though they were very close to doing it this year, I just don't feel like Middlesbrough will have enough. I really do rate Michael Carrick as a manager. I think they are a very good side, and I just don't feel that they have enough to be able to go for the automatics. But I think they will do well in the playoffs, maybe even get into the finals, but I'm not going to predict my playoffs yet until I've done my full predictions. So next is Sunderland. I really do like Sunderland. They've got a really good fan base, obviously good fans, they've got some good players, and obviously they're a good club, they're well run. I feel like they can go for promotion. I think they'll just build on last year, and they'll just keep on getting better and better. I think they'll be satisfied with this kind of finish, and I think they'll do alright this season. The next team in 4th position is Norwich City. Norwich, I feel like they fell off a bit last season, but this season they're going to be back. They're going to do well. I think they'll be good this season. I think they'll be able to maybe even go up, but I'm not too sure about that yet. The next team in 3rd position, just missing out on the automatic promotion, is Leeds United. I really rate Leeds United as one of the better fan bases in the whole of Britain. I really do rate them. Honestly, I love Leeds. My friend Kai is a Leeds fan, so I really do rate Leeds. And I think they have a good chance of going up this season. But don't think they'll get promotion automatically, but I think they may have a good chance of getting up through the playoffs. The next team I have in the automatic promotion, the first team in the automatic promotion, is Southampton. As some of you may know, I'm not a really big fan of Southampton, but I think they've got enough to go up. I think they've got the new manager of the Swansea City, and I like the way he managed Swansea City last year. So I think they'll go up this season. I don't really like Southampton, but I think they'll do well this season. I think they'll get up and they'll do okay. The team I predict to win the championship is Leicester City. I am a Leicester fan. I am not biased. I honestly think that Leicester will get promoted. Maybe not first, but I feel like, as I'm thinking now, I think they will get first, because I see the squad depth of signing Harry Winks and Connor Cody, and they are Premier League quality players, especially Connor Cody. But I feel like we've got enough to be able to go up this season, and I feel Leicester will do well this season. Thank you for listening. It's been a great video. I feel like these are my early predictions, so they're not my full predictions. I'll see if they'll change a bit. So if you want to drop a comment, just let me know if you like the videos. If you don't like the videos, if you want me to change anything, maybe help me develop some better videos. But it's been Griff, and I'm out.